April 9, 2003. Outskirts of Tikrit, Iraq. 0347 hours. The night is thick with dust and diesel smoke. A convoy of blacked-out Humvees rolls to a stop 200 meters from a walled compound, engines idling low, headlights dark. Inside the lead vehicle, Master Sergeant Kyle Rains adjusts his night vision goggles and checks his HK 416 one last time. The green-tinted world outside is silent except for the distant thrum of a Predator drone circling overhead. 2 minutes, comes the voice of the team leader, Major Eric Dalton, through the radio. His tone is calm, surgical. This is the third raid tonight. The men are tired, but they don't show it. Delta doesn't show it. Rain steps out into the cool desert air. Around him, 11 other operators move like shadows, no words, only hand signals. They've done this 100 times. The compound ahead is a 2-story structure, pale concrete walls topped with rusted rebar. Intel says it's the home of a mid-level Ba'ath Party official named Khalid al-Tikriti, a cousin of someone important maybe, maybe not. In the chaos of post-invasion Iraq, every lead is a gamble. The team splits. 4 men peel left toward the rear gate. Rains moves with the main element toward the front. His boots crunch softly on gravel. Somewhere inside, a dog barks once, then goes quiet. Dalton raises a fist. Everyone stops. Then he drops it. The breacher steps forward with a hydraulic ram. One swing, the metal gate buckles inward with a shriek. The team floods through. Go, go, go. Rains is third through the door. The interior courtyard is narrow, cluttered with plastic chairs and a rusted car frame. A light flicks on in an upstairs window. Shouting in Arabic, a woman screams. Upstairs, left side, Dalton barks. Rains takes the stairs 2 at a time, weapon up, scanning. The hallway is dim, lit only by a single bulb swinging from the ceiling. A door slams ahead. He moves toward it, another operator tight on his 6. Breach. The door explodes inward. Rains enters, sweeping right, a bedroom. A man in a dish dasher scrambles toward the window, one leg already over the sill. Rains closes the distance in 2 strides, grabs the man by the collar and yanks him back inside. The man hits the floor hard, gasping. Hands! Hands! Rains shouts, pressing a knee into the man's back. Zip ties go on fast. The man is older, maybe 50, with a thick mustache and wild eyes. He's babbling in Arabic, pleading. Clear, someone calls from the next room. Rains hauls the man to his feet and pushes him toward the hallway. Dalton is already downstairs, coordinating the search. The rest of the house is empty. Family fled, probably hours ago, but this one stayed. That means something. Check him, Dalton orders. Rains pats the man down. Wallet, keys, a folded piece of paper, and then something hard in the inside pocket of the dish dasher. Rains pulls it out. A satellite phone, Thuraya brand, expensive, rare. He holds it up. Dalton's eyes narrow behind his goggles. Bag it. Rains slips the phone into an evidence pouch, but not before glancing at the screen. It's still on. The call log is open. Numbers, dozens of them, some with names attached. His Arabic is rough, but he recognizes one word that appears again and again. Himayah. Protection, security. He looks at the man on the floor, now silent, staring at the phone like it's a death sentence. Rains doesn't say it out loud, but he knows. They just found something big. April 10th, 2003. Forward operating base, Tikrit Airfield. 1,120 hours. The satellite phone sits on a folding table under a harsh fluorescent light, surrounded by 3 men who haven't slept in 36 hours. Master Sergeant Kyle Rains stands to the side, arms crossed, watching. Across from him, Captain Jennifer Hale from the Intelligence Support Activity leans over the device, latex gloves on, a laptop open beside her. Next to her, a linguist named Fareed, no last name given, never is with these guys, scrolls through the phone's memory with the careful precision of a surgeon. Jesus, Fareed mutters in accented English. He looks up at Hale. This is everyone. Hale doesn't respond immediately. She's staring at the screen, her expression unreadable. Then she picks up a red pen and starts writing names on a whiteboard mounted to the plywood wall. 1 name. 2, 5, 10. Rains steps closer. What are we looking at? Hale taps the pen against the board. We're looking at the inner circle, not the outer ring, not mid-level, inner. She circles a name at the top. Abid Hamid Mahmoud al-Tikriti, Saddam's personal secretary, the man who controlled access to the dictator himself. Below that, Qusay Hussein, Saddam's son. Then Barzan Ibrahim al-Tikriti, Saddam's half-brother and former intelligence chief. These are direct contacts, Fareed adds, scrolling further. Not just stored numbers, active calls, some as recent as 2 days ago. Rains feels the weight of it settle in. The man they zip-tied last night wasn't just some cousin, he was a node, a hub. Someone trusted enough to have these numbers saved under first names. How many total? Major Dalton asks from the doorway. He's cleaned up since the raid, fresh uniform, but the exhaustion is still there in his eyes. 73 contacts, Hale says, 41 with names. The rest are just numbers, but we're cross-referencing with NSA intercepts and signals intelligence from the last 2 months. We've already got matches on 16 of them. Dalton steps into the room, and the call history. Fareed pulls up another screen. Over 200 outgoing calls in the last 30 days. Patterns are tight. Most calls happen between 2100 and 0200 local time. Short duration 2-3 minutes max. Operational security probably, but they got sloppy. Some of these calls pinged towers in Baghdad, Tikrit and Mosul. We can triangulate. Hale turns to Dalton. Sir, if we move fast, we can roll up half of these targets before they know we have the phone. They don't know we took Khalid alive. They don't know what we have. Dalton nods slowly. How fast? 72 hours, maybe less. Rains watches the major think. This is the kind of decision that doesn't get made lightly. You move too fast, you spook the network. Too slow, they scatter. But if you hit it right, if you hit it hard, you can collapse the whole structure. Do it, Dalton says. I want target packages on my desk in 6 hours. Prioritize anyone in Baghdad and Tikrit. We'll coordinate with JSOC and get air assets on standby. Hale is already typing. Yes, sir. Dalton looks at Rains. You're staying on this. I want you embedded with the follow-on teams. You found the phone. You see it through. Rains nods. Roger that. April 12th, 2003, Baghdad, 0230 hours. The raids begin. 4 teams, 4 targets, simultaneous hits across the city. Rains is with Team 2, hitting a villa in the Mansour district. The target, Mohammed Zimam Abd al-Razak al-Sadoun, a senior aide to Qusay Hussein. His number was called 6 times from Khalid's phone in the week before the invasion. The villa is large, gated, surrounded by palm trees. Rains and his team breach the front door with controlled explosives. The blast echoes through the neighborhood, and then they're inside fast, methodical room to room. Al-Sadoun is in the master bedroom, awake, reaching for a pistol on the nightstand. He doesn't make it. 2 operators pin him to the floor, zip ties, bag over the head. He's shouting, cursing in Arabic, but it doesn't matter. He's done. In the next room, they find a briefcase. Inside, documents, maps, and another phone. Rains bags it all. By sunrise, all 4 raids are complete. 4 high-value targets in custody. 0 friendly casualties. And the phone keeps giving. Over the next 2 weeks, the names on Hale's whiteboard start getting crossed off, one by one. Some are captured, some are killed resisting. A few flee to Syria, but not many. The net is tightening. Rains sees it happen in real time. The intelligence cycle that used to take weeks now takes hours. A name from the phone leads to a location. A location leads to a raid. A raid leads to another phone, another document, another name. It's exponential. By early May, they've captured 23 members of Saddam's inner circle. And they're just getting started. July 22nd, 2003. Mosul, northern Iraq, 1,015 hours. The phone's intelligence doesn't just lead to arrests, it leads to blood. Rains is part of the assault force that corners Uday and Qusay Hussein in a fortified mansion in Mosul. The brothers Saddam's sons, the most feared men in Iraq, have been on the run for months. But a tip, traced back to a contact on Khalid's phone, puts them in a residential neighborhood, holed up with Qusay's 14-year-old son and a bodyguard. The firefight lasts 6 hours. Rains takes cover behind a low wall as 50 caliber rounds chew through the air above him. The The brothers are armed with AKs, grenades, and enough ammunition to hold off a platoon. Tau missiles are brought in. Apache helicopters circle overhead, firing Hellfire missiles into the upper floors. The mansion becomes a smoldering ruin. When the shooting finally stops, the bodies are pulled from the rubble. Uday, Kusei, the son, the bodyguard, all dead. Rains stands in the street afterward, dust coating his uniform, ears ringing. Around him, Iraqi civilians gather at a distance, watching in silence. Some look relieved, others just look tired. Major Dalton approaches, his face grim. 2 down, he says quietly, 1 to go. October 2003, Tikrit region. The raids continue, the network collapses. By autumn, over 40 high-value targets from the original phone list have been captured or killed. Saddam's security apparatus, the men who protected him, moved him, fed him intelligence, is gone. He's alone now, moving between safe houses, relying on a shrinking circle of loyalists. But he's still out there. Captain Hale and her team have been tracking patterns, cross-referencing the phone data with new intelligence from captured Baathists. A picture emerges. Saddam is staying close to Tikrit, his ancestral home. He's moving every few days, never using phones, relying on couriers. But the couriers are sloppy. And some of them were on Khalid's contact list. One name keeps appearing: Muhammad Ibrahim Omar al-Muslit, a tribal leader and old friend of Saddam's. His number was called 11 times in March. He was never captured, never found. Until now. In late November, a detainee breaks. He gives up a location, a farm outside the village of Ad-Dar, 13 kilometers south of Tikrit. Al-Muslit owns it. And someone important has been seen there. December 13, 2003, Ad-Dara, Iraq, 2015 hours. Operation Red Dawn. 600 soldiers from the 1st Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division, supported by Delta Force and other special operations units, surround 2 target locations near Ad-Dar. Rains is with the Delta element hitting the primary site, a small, walled farmhouse with a metal shack and overgrown vegetation. The sun has just set, the air is cold. Rains moves through the compound with his team, clearing the main house room by room. It's empty, no guards, no weapons. Just old furniture and the smell of stale cigarettes. Nothing here, someone calls out. Dalton isn't satisfied. Search the grounds, every inch. Rains moves outside, scanning the area with his NVGs. There's a small courtyard, a chicken coop, and a pile of dirt near the back wall that looks out of place. He walks toward it, kneels down. The dirt is loose, fresh. Major, he calls. Got something. Dalton and 2 others join him. They brush away the dirt and find it. A styrofoam plug covered with a rug and debris. Underneath, a narrow hole, maybe 2 feet wide, leading straight down. Spider hole, Dalton mutters. Rains pulls a flashlight, shines it down. The beam catches movement. A figure crouched in the darkness, maybe 6 feet below ground. Come out, Dalton shouts in Arabic. Hands up. For a moment, nothing. Then slowly 2 hands emerge, filthy, shaking. A man climbs out. He's disheveled, grey-bearded, wearing a dirty black coat. His eyes are wide, blinking against the light. He looks small, frail, nothing like the propaganda posters. But Rains knows the face. I am Saddam Hussein, the man says in English, his voice hoarse. I am the president of Iraq, and I want to negotiate. Dalton stares at him for a long moment. Then he keys his radio. Jackpot, he says. I repeat, we have jackpot. December 14, 2003. Forward Operating Base, Baghdad. Saddam Hussein is in custody. The man who ruled Iraq with an iron fist for 24 years is sitting in a holding cell, disheveled and silent. The news spreads like wildfire. Across Iraq, across the world. Rain stands in the operations center, watching the news coverage on a small TV mounted to the wall. CNN is showing footage of the spider hole, the beard, the medical exam, the fall of a dictator. Captain Hale walks up beside him, holding a cup of coffee. She looks exhausted, but there's a faint smile on her face. Hell of a phone, she says. Rains nods. Hell of a phone. She takes a sip, then glances at him. You know, without that grab in Tikrit without Khalid, and that sat phone, we'd probably still be chasing ghosts. Saddam could have stayed hidden for years. But you gave us the map, the whole damn map. Rains doesn't respond right away. He thinks about that night in April, the raid, the man scrambling out the window, the phone in his pocket, one piece of equipment, one moment. Just did the job, he says finally. Hale smirks. Yeah, well, the job just changed history. She walks away, leaving Rains alone with the screen. He watches as they replay the footage of Saddam being pulled from the hole, and he thinks about all the raids that came after, the names crossed off the list. The dominoes falling, one by one, all traced back to a single satellite phone seized in the dark. Outside, the sun is rising over Baghdad, the war is far from over. But tonight, for the first time in months, it feels like something has ended. Rains finishes his coffee, sets the cup down, and heads back to the barracks. There's always another mission,